headline guest, though, tonight has come all the way from the east coast of the United States, former member of the Georgia House of Representatives, Vernon Jones. Vernon, welcome to the show and thank you so much for your time. You've had a remarkable career, starting out as a Democrat in the Georgia House of Representatives. You've spent years working in business, and in 2021 you became a Republican after endorsing former President Donald Trump. You're here in Australia for the Conservative Political Action Conference, CPAC. It's being held in Sydney this weekend. Tell us about your political change from blue to red and why you've decided to venture across the Pacific for this occasion.
Well, Amanda, first of all, thank you so much for having me, and to the fine people of the great country of Australia. Thank you for hosting this event, and thank you for the great and wonderful people that are here. I am here with CPAC, glad to be here. I've enjoyed it so far. People have been nice. But let me be clear about one thing. I was born and reared with conservative values, and I didn't leave the Democratic Party. The Democratic Party left me. And what I mean by that, I don't line with their views and their values anymore. They want to take away our freedom of speech. You see them, they want you to believe that a man can have a baby. I don't believe in children, minor children having transgender operations. I think they should be at least 18 in America. You have to be 18 to vote, 21 to buy a pack of cigarettes. I think that's something when a young person is at a certain age, they can make that decision for themselves. I don't think the government can do all and be it all for everybody. I do think there's a role for government, but I also believe that we should have the freedom to exercise and operate in a capitalistic society, and we cannot do like these other countries that have gone or that are socialist countries, because socialism is not good for America. That's not what we were founded upon. And I believe in the freedom of religion. That's important. Those are the Constitution, the framers of the Constitution, they got it right. And that document has survived the test of time. And so, again, the Democratic Party, I didn't leave them, they left me. And I haven't changed, they've changed. And I'm going to continue to carry out or carry the banner of conservatism. But at the same time, I understand people are people and they have a right to believe and do what they want to do, but don't impose those rights on me.
And it's interesting that the values about which you speak were probably once shared by both of the major parties in the US, and now, particularly those on the Democrat side, have gone a very different way. In Australia, Vernon, we're in the middle of a debate around many of the issues you've mentioned, like whether or not we should have a constitutionally enshrined Indigenous voice to Parliament, effectively a manifestation of identity politics. We have a federal government that's hell-bent on shutting down our coal-fired power plants and replacing them with weather-dependent, Chinese-made wind turbines and solar panels. Our children are being taught about gender fluidity at school. I could keep going. How does the Australian political landscape look like from the perspective of the United States?
Well, I'm not here to advise or tell the people of Australia what to do, but I will tell you this: socialism doesn't work. It doesn't work to follow some of these woke narratives where they're literally, they want you to stop flying planes. They don't want a cow really to give milk anymore. They've gone too far. I think your country, my country, we've done things in the name of the environment. I care about the environment. Most people care about the environment, but these extremes just don't get it. And what they want you to do, if you don't do it their way, they attack you. They physically attack you. Obviously, they verbally attack you, but they physically attack you because of your voice and how you feel, your perspective. I don't think that's right. It shouldn't be that way. We can have political discord. We can disagree, but when it's to the point where you see the woke crowd, they would go to try to silence you, and they'll work hard against you. Against you, I should say, to want to cause you to lose your job, to lose your business. Those things are going too far. That is not the way that I think government should be operating, and the woke crowd should be controlling government. And let's go back to the environment. We care about the environment, yes, but we have to do things in moderation, not where it's extreme, where it's hurting people, putting people out of business, hurting wages, hurting the entrepreneur spirit.
Vernon, tell us about what's happening over in the United States now. President Biden seems like he can hardly string a sentence together. Former President Trump has just been indicted for the fourth time now, even though he's leading in the polls by a country mile. Where do you see things going in the presidential election coming up for the next year? As much as we're entertained by the Vice President's word salads and we're eagerly watching Ron DeSantis, we'd love to know your insights on how it's all going to go.
Well, when you look at our leadership, whether it's President Biden or the Vice President, Kamala Harris, that word salad is in both of those offices. I mean, you can't understand what she's saying. You can't understand what he's saying. President Trump, during his administration, gasoline prices were low, cost of milk, the supply chain was operating efficiently and effectively. He was holding China accountable with the tariffs. We were energy independent. He brought some good leadership to the United States. Joe Biden and his team has come on board and tried to undo everything that the president put in place, and is backfiring on them. President Trump is popular because, you know, he ran this country in a way that everybody had opportunity to have jobs, businesses exploded and expanded. At the same time, you saw that entrepreneur spirit, the investment, taking pride in our country. USA, yes, USA, we love that. And so he brought a renewed spirit to this country. He did make America great again. But what you see now is we have President Joe Biden. We're in an environment now where you lock up your political enemies. This is nothing but the deep state working in coordination with President Biden, and they're literally going after President Biden's opponent, former President Donald Trump. President Donald Trump, or former President Donald Trump, I should say, I hope to be President of Donald Trump. He's popular because he understands the American way and how to get things done. And he is going to continue to campaign. The more they indict him, the more popular he's getting. His numbers are going through the roof, including in the African-American community. His numbers are increasing like no other time. And it's sad to see that, you know, when you go and question the elections, and our Constitution give us these freedoms. When you go and question the elections, hold the government accountable, they come at you to silence you. They come at you to jail you. That is not the American way. And it's a sad day for Americans. And we're very concerned about that. That's why we need President Trump to come back, to clean house with a deep state, and put America back on the course that it needs to be on again.
Vernon Jones, thank you very much for your insights. I look forward to seeing you at CPAC on the weekend.